Thank you. My name is Fredrichs. I'm from the Take Your Life Back Today show. I am an addiction recovery coach, life coach. I am here today with director and producer and actor. I could go on with the credentials, but I'll leave it at that with Richard Flores. Richard?
How you doing, Ralph?
Good. Thank you for meeting me here. Well, actually, I'm meeting you in your home turf because, as everybody knows in my show, I'm from the Hamptons, and this is New York City. We're here in Penn Station. And what I wanted to do today is to talk to Richard directly about his upcoming film, L.G.B.T My Flag, My Rights, My Life. And we're going to dive right into it with some questions. But is there anything that you wanted to talk about your film first before I let people know when, where, how? And
currently, I am filming my current film, and that name is L.G.B.T My Flag, My Rights, My Life. And the topic of that film is talking about why so much hate crimes in the past and also in the present. And
that's okay. So why don't we go to some of these questions here? I believe I have like 15 questions, and these questions is more for the audience. It's not even for me because you and I have talked about this many times already. So tell us about this film. What gave you the idea to do it?
Over the years, I over the years I heard stories in the news, young youths getting bullied and committing suicide, and they go to that one person and who gave birth to them, a family member. Then they choose to come out to them because they had trust in them, and as soon as they come out to them, they get kicked out on the street and they become homeless. Mm-hmm. Also, I have dear friends that's LGBT and just wanted to let them have a outlet for this film and tell their story.
Right, and basically it comes down to one thing. Stop with the labeling. Stop with the bullying. Stop with the labeling. We all have our history. We all came from somewhere. We all have our preferences in life, but we all are under God as one. What was your first movie making experience? Now, this is probably a tough one because you have about 10 under your belt, right?
Yes.
So what was your first movie making experience? And, tell us a little bit about that movie.
The title of that film is Elephants I'll Never Forget, the life of an activist. The film location was in Brooklyn, Barclays Center. It was activists there, and it was during the winter time. Mm-hmm. So I filmed for 7 days straight, every single day. And those days was snowing, raining, and it was intense. The experience was intense. It was like arguments between the protesters and the people that don't believe in the topic or what they're doing. And at the same time, I'm not saying the Ringling Brothers was in town. So at the same time, I'm not saying the circus staff, employees abuse animals, because I have family members that work there. So there's plenty of good people that works in the circus, and I had a chance to screen that film, but it was a limited time to screen it. They gave me 5 minutes to film it. Then later on, next time I had a chance to screen my film in TV, a full length. Mm-hmm. So the experience was intense.
Okay, now I know you were born in Brooklyn, right?
Yeah. No, I was born. I was born in the Lower East Side. Okay. Then, when I was 5 years old, I was raised in East Harlem, and currently I'm living in Brooklyn.
Okay, so you've lived in New York City for 5 years. Your first 5 years.
For forever, since I was born.
Okay, but Brooklyn is New York City?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah. Okay, hey, I'm from the Boondocks, folks, as you all know. I live way out in the island. So, do you like to attend your own screening? In other words, when you're ready to screen this great film of yours, are you looking forward to attending it, or are you afraid you'll find flaws and lose sleep over it?
There's two kind of screen tests. One screen test is all these members come and view, sit down, and watch the film, and then leave. The second screen test is all these member comes view your film and tell you what you're doing wrong, or tell you what you're doing right. I like them both. It'll give you a lot of feedback right at the moment.
Well, negativity and positive feedback is always important. So, where does an idea for a movie begin in your mind? What's going on in here? What's rattling up there? Don't tell us everything. Just tell us in the movie aspect.
The ideas come from experience in life, or it could be any little thing. Somebody else's experience, or someone walking down the street, or it could be any little on trigger, like a leaf come down from the tree. I could say a story over that, and then go back home. And
well, that is true, because when, as my audience knows, I'm doing and you're going to be the person videotaping that about homelessness, and you notice on your way in here an individual that probably could have used that care package that we're handing out, but we weren't ready to get that on. So basically what Richard is saying is, it's whatever pops into his mind, if it's worth creating, he will take it like a piece of clay and sculpture it into an art.
Yes.
Pretty much is what it comes down to. What's the best piece of advice that you have not given but heard from someone that's been doing this for a while?
Directly or not indirectly?
Direct advice.
Move your camera. I was just.
Let's go with a movie, because you concentrate on filmmaking more than anything.
Yeah. The filmmaking. Move your camera, and no one, as I said before, no one like talking heads. I don't know if I'm. Well, mostly, but that's the advice I would give to others. But directly, I'm sure someone had gave me some good advice, but I can't think of it right now.
Yeah, well, it's tough. I have gotten advice now. My brother is a producer, filmmaker for over 30 years. He now works for the state Virginia Police Department. Piece of advice I did get, not from him but from someone else, is cut your commercials down. Don't make them too long, because you lose the attention. So that was my piece of advice that I had received. How does your most recent project, which is the one that you're working on, you can tell them the name again?
L.G.B.T My flag, my rights, my life.
Okay, how does that compare to your previous work? I don't think it even does.
No, well, it's you have animal rights and human rights. There's two different, but not point intended, but two different animals, and there's one animal cannot speak, for themselves, another one can. So it's completely different, but at the same time the same.
Yeah, exactly. What was the last great film that you saw on the big flicker?
If you say great, I just stick with Interview with the Vampire.
Okay, that was the last great one you saw?
No, well, I went to the movies last week, and I saw Arrival.
Okay.
About UFO.
Okay.
And that film was great.
It was a great movie. Okay. What was the last great book you read?
I'm sure. Don't remember the author, but I'm sure it was something about for young actors or independent, learn how to make an independent film.
Mm-hmm. Well, for me, the only great book I read constantly is the Bible.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's my great book, and it's a book that you can read over and over and over again. So we all know, my audience, everybody here knows what he's working on. But why don't you tell people one more time, what are you working on right now, and when is it coming out?
Okay. Currently, we are halfway done, and this has been a long process. Like today, I'm filming. Today is it's an interesting day today. You guys are gonna see, I guess, snippets or behind the scenes from me, raw footage from Ralph and his in this interview. And we today's going, so currently at this moment, I'm filming B-roll footage. I have already filmed 6 cast members, and I'm working, and I have a song. We'll be going to visit a artist studio for him to record the song for this film, a soundtrack for this film. And what was the question again?
When will it be released?
I'm going for next year, early summer or late summer.
2017.
2017.
And here's a question that a lot of people have asked me. I have a pretty huge audience, and people heard about your film through me, and they all want to know how long is it going to be approximately. We're not going to hold you down to the minute, but about how long is it going to be?
I'm going for 30 minutes, but the max is 40 minutes.
Okay. Well,
I would love to, because I never made a film that was 40 minutes. The length that I made it was 25 minutes.
Right.
And that was the longest. So I would love to go 40 minutes.
Okay. Well, with my help, maybe you can get there.
Yes.
You know, and I'm going to bring this up. We talked about a voiceover, and I think the voiceover alone can carry you another 10 minutes, and you just need to have some kind of picture up to get through it. But any idea, and I don't want you to give it away to the audience, but any idea of your next project?
Well, I have currently, no, I'm sorry, but not currently. Next project is based on a UFO, and that's my next project. But I do have a goal, you guys. I have a goal to this is, I guess, a journey to complete 8 films, and these 8 films, starting with this current film, is all free. And I will be screening for the public view, and it's all free to watch, to view at a venue. And that's my goal, to make 8 films. And after 8 films, I will there's going to be but there's so much. I don't want to hold back to it.
But you don't want to reveal too much.
Yeah,
either. Keep the audience in suspense.
Yes.
That's how you get them to come
back. My
next
next film, for sure, the topic will be UFOs. I don't have the titles, but you guys see, I keep saying UFO because I don't have the title yet.
My mother, she believed in UFOs. She thought that one day she would be picked up in the backyard and taken to heaven.
Okay, I saw UFO.
Did you?
8 years old, yes.
Wow, that's why you want to make a movie.
Yeah.
Did they? And you know, I want the audience to understand this. I'm not trying to be funny. I used to giggle when my mother told me this, but I truly believe that there is life on the outside of the world. But my question to you is, it's not even on this, guys. It's not part of the script.
Okay.
Is my mother claims, and I want you to be honest. Did they try to pick you up and take you somewhere?
No, I was in the train,
and
I was crossing Brooklyn to see my mom, and I was looking out the window, and there was the UFO, and I knew if I blinked, so I kept my eyes open on purposely, because I knew if I blink, it's gonna go away. So I just kept my eyes open, and at the same time, I'm looking around, and I'm wondering, like, is anyone seeing this? And it just completely just flew like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, do you have any closing remarks before I close this up?
You guys, I'm excited to make this film, and no matter how tough it is, and so far, I'm telling you guys, this cast is beyond helpful. They go out their way, and Raft too. Gloria, every cast member go out their way. I wish I had more cast members like this, because it's hard to find.
Well, it takes a family to create a village.
Yes.
And although I'm not a filmmaker, I'm a host. I create my own videos, as my audience knows. I do appreciate filmmaking because of my brother. And I remember growing up watching my brother making movies, and it's a lot of work. It's a lot of retakes. It's a lot of management, because you have to manage so many people.
Yeah.
And you got to get, like person like me who's going to complain, I got to catch a train. You don't want to hear all that. And picture having 6, 7 people that everybody has to be somewhere, everybody has to do something. So give this man, Richard Flores, a lot of credit for what he's doing. He is bringing directly into your home awareness on people being labeled, and we all need to come together and straighten that out. And I thank you for coming on my show.
Yeah, I just want to say one thing. I consider myself, I said, I film, I interview, I edit, I promote, and it's good to do a duet or work with somebody, because it's some things that I cannot do. I cannot sing or tap dance.
You don't know how to tap dance?
No, I don't.
Okay. I don't either.
If the other person does, it helps.
Well, yeah.
They could do their part, and then
you know, it's hard to mix oil and vinegar, but they do mix good together.
Yes,
It makes
sir.
a nice dressing. So, folks, I want to thank you.
Hey.
Folks, I want to thank you for everybody showing up here. We are here in Penn Station, New York City. I want you to make sure, after watching this, go right to the next video, which is going to be about homelessness.
Yeah, we are doing it right now. Just so
Yeah, well,
a young kid.
Yeah, and we are going to cut this, and then we'll start a brand new one for homelessness. And I just want everybody to thank you, to say thanks to you for coming to the Take Your Life Back Today show with me, the host, Ralph Fredrichs, actor, director, producer. I'm not going to keep going because I can do this forever. Richard Flores, thank you so much, and
thank you guys.
and God bless everyone.
Thank you guys.